It looks like we're kicking it off with something a little bit more basic. Am I the asshole for telling my best friend his girlfriend is disgusting? Quite possibly, but we need more information. Let's have a look. I, 22 female, have been friends with Danny, 22 male, since high school, and he recently moved in with his current girlfriend Lucy, 22 female. They had a housewarming party on Friday, and Lucy spent most of the night dancing with her own friends who are very like her.
Excitable, extroverted.
And dragging Danny away from his conversations with us, his friends, to dance, even though he's more like us.
Introverted, not party animal.
Unpacking this first paragraph/sentence, it's 2 sentences, but it's the whole first section here. You're all the same age. Right away, there's a degree of bitterness here. It's like, how dare you take him away from us and me, specifically, is the feeling that I'm getting. To be with you and your friends. It's a party. They're celebrating having just moved in together. The hosts are going to be back and forth a little bit. There's no really avoiding that. As long as you've still got your friends with you, then great. Yeah, you're not going to be able to have monopoly on Danny's time here. Anyway, later, Danny was being quiet, so I asked if he was okay, and he just said tired. But he just kept watching Lucy dancing, and then said something in her ear the next time she came over, and she just shook her head and laughed at him. After she went back to her friends, I asked if it was bothering him how she was behaving, and he asked me to explain. I mentioned the attention-seeking dancing, and the fact she was wearing something really revealing, even though other guys were at this party. Danny said it didn't bother him, then sat with a moody face. Breaking the reading again. What assumptions are you making? You haven't put any particular descriptions in of the dancing or the outfit. It's just, oh, it's got to be attention-seeking because it's dancing, is the way that comes across. Oh, she's wearing clothes that show skin. How revealing are we talking here? Are we talking a dress that has a slightly low-cut V top, or are we talking, a sheer cling film wrap around the chest and lower regions? Chances are, again, from the way that this is depicted and the way that we have to translate it, she was probably wearing a party dress that a 22-year-old would wear that likes to dance and be outgoing. So it's going to be a little bit more provocative than, say, I don't know, a wedding dress for most wedding dresses. But they're at a housewarming party. Her boyfriend or partner is in the room. She feels comfortable. These are people that she knows. That's okay. If she likes to dance, she can dance. And if Danny's saying it doesn't bother him, I mean, again, at the end of the day, it's not his decision either. It's hers. If that's what she wants to do, and then that's her decision. If that's an uncomfortable thing for him, that's a him problem, and maybe they have a discussion about that within their relationship. Not you. You are not, or at least you haven't said so far that you are, but you are not a third member of their relationship. It's not your call to make. And the description here is sounding pretty judgy. Let's move on. At the end of the night, Lucy sat down with us and started chatting non-stop about how amazing the party had been. I pointed out, jokingly, Danny obviously wasn't enjoying himself since he looked miserable, and Danny told her I was worried that he was jealous because of her outfit. When you point this out jokingly, how are you pointing that out jokingly? Lucy ruffled his hair,
which he hates,
and said he was quiet because he loved her outfit so much he couldn't wait for us all to leave so he could drag her to bed. I thought that was completely inappropriate and said to Danny in that case I'd leave if she was just going to be disgusting. And Lucy just laughed at me, so I did leave. Why? Why is this a thing? Why is this a problem? She made one of those jokes, you know, around her partner, an intimacy reference with her partner in their home at a party at the end of the night when things are winding down. I don't know if there has been, you know, alcoholic beverages at this party or not, but maybe they're just that way out and they make that kind of a joke. I know I do. That's part of my own humor. If you know me on the 18+ streaming channel, you will probably have noticed that as well. But some people just joke like that. It doesn't have to be inappropriate. You're all adults. You all understand intimacy. This comes across as a case of being butthurt that this narrative isn't going your way. A little bit like the Karen. Now again, anyone named Karen, not your fault, you were born that way. Unless you want to change your name, in which case you have the power. But the meme, the Karen, you know, you are being butthurt because it's not going exactly the way you want to, and
I'm saying my piece should be how I want things to be.
It's not your party, it's not your relationship. If they want to say those kinds of things, you don't have to stay. You can remove yourself from that situation. It's their home. Anyway, today Danny has messaged me saying Lucy wants an apology before I'm allowed back in their home. But when I asked if Lucy will apologize for making me uncomfortable, he said no, she doesn't have anything to be sorry about. And she really doesn't. Now, look at this from her perspective here. She's had an amazing night. She's moved in with, as far as she's concerned right now, the love of her life. They've had a lovely housewarming party with both their groups of friends, and basically everyone's had a great time. She's been dancing, she's been letting loose, she's been feeling good. The whisper in her ear was probably flirting from her partner, if I were to make a guess. And then as she comes over to sit with her partner and his friends to make that effort as well at the end of the night, probably from her perspective as a guess, you're immediately bringing up almost hostility. I don't think you can point out jokingly that someone's not enjoying themselves as they look miserable. Like, she'd just be like, what? What do you mean? And he's coming out and saying, you are worried that he is jealous. And then she's going to make this reference, just like,
oh no, he's my little honey bunny wooby boo, and he loved me so much. Oh, no jealousy here.
All that kind of thing. She's making a joke at the end of the party. And again, I don't know if anybody is intoxicated at this party, which can, you know, lower inhibitions and so on, but at the same time, it doesn't matter. It's their home. And she's coming back over to this, and you're just straight up brick walling with spikes on. You know, if you're going to be disgusting and inappropriate, then I'm going to leave. She did nothing wrong at all there, really. And the fact that you are getting so upset about it means that there's probably something within you yourself that is clinging on to Danny in some way. Is this a you are actively jealous of her, and you don't understand why he wants to be with her over you, when she's nothing like you and nothing like him? Again, they say opposites attract. It's not a blanket rule, but it can very much happen. I was genuinely only worried about my friend, but admit I could have just left without calling her disgusting, so am I the asshole? Well, kind of. Even, like, say that all of this is realistically only coming from, I like this person, they have been my best friend for years. I want them to be happy and not have anything that is a problem. That means you're coming from a place of realistically good, but you are overstepping every boundary and getting really upset about it when things aren't going down your narrative of the way you want this situation to play out. And you've insulted her at her housewarming party in front of all of your friends, and then stormed out. You kinda killed the night a little bit for her. Even if she can laugh it off and try and have the rest of it, clearly, the way that she's responding here, she went to bed with that hanging over her. And I think you did as well. And I do believe there is a degree of jealousy, unspoken feelings here, possibly. We have got a note off the AITA to clarify. I didn't say the comment about her clothes directly to Lucy. I asked Danny once and then never mentioned it again. I asked him because I know in the past he said anything overly sexual makes him uncomfortable. He's not the kind of guy who makes innuendos or anything. Also, I'm in no way jealous of Lucy. She's the opposite of how I'd want to be, which is fine. People can be who they want. And Danny and I already tried dating years ago, but the spark wasn't there, and it was uncomfortable after we tried being intimate, and we both agreed we were better as completely platonic friends. Okay, right. We've been there. You have tried. You felt that way about each other, but it felt too weird, basically. But I believe, off the back of this, despite agreeing that you're better off as friends, you still feel for this person. You must. And you might not be consciously jealous of Lucy and of who she is, specifically. You don't want to be that, and that's fine, but you may well be jealous of that's who he wants to be with. You're not jealous at all about her because you don't want to be that kind of person. I'm my own person. I'm me, and I'm much happier being that. Why doesn't the guy that I care about so much want me to? I think it's residual feelings that are getting in the way here. Am I the asshole about all of this? A little bit. Yeah. I wouldn't say that you are a straight-up horrible person and that you need to be shot. Or anything like that, you spoke out of turn, you crossed some boundaries, and you upset someone. Were you in the wrong? Kind of a bit, yeah. You stepped over the line, and you've upset her. Just smooth it over and apologize. Again, you don't need to go begging at their doorway for forgiveness. Please let me back into your life. You don't have to go that far. Genuinely, just ring her up, or send her a text message, or go and see them and just be like, hi, look, I wanted to apologize for last night, or whatever it was from now. I spoke out of turn, I overstepped a boundary, I didn't intend to do that. I felt like I was looking out for my friend, but I'm not on the same wavelength of that, and I stepped into your relationship. That was out of bounds for me. I shouldn't have done that, and I'm sorry. I hope that you forgive me, and I will avoid doing that in future, kind of thing. Just smooth it over. Be genuine, and smooth it over. She doesn't need to apologize to you about anything, though. You chose to get upset, and chose to leave, and chose to cross the boundaries. Again, all on their night, in their relationship, and in their home. Just make it right. And then assess where you are in your heart and mind. Like, you need to know how you feel and who you feel it for. And I think it would be a big strength for you if you could reach a solid, proper understanding of your feelings around Danny, and whether or not you're still clinging on to this concept somewhere. If you can just let that go, I strongly believe that will help you in the long run. Shall we have a look at the comments then? We have here, OPE actually has offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the asshole. I could have been the asshole because there was no need me to tell Danny I thought Lucy was disgusting. I could have held my tongue and left to keep the peace. I understand that could have put him in a very uncomfortable position. Correct. Right, there's a little bit of unpacking to do here as well. They've just moved in together. This is a housewarming party. You've created a side under his name against her as his best friend and put that on her face and made her very uncomfortable. He now has to try and rectify that situation in his home life. He lives with this person now. They are together. You can't undo that. Definitely look at helping smooth that situation over, because you could put him in a very tricky spot. He's made a huge financial and stability decision on living together with this person. You need to do what you can to help undo any damage that you may have caused. Yeah, you're a little bit the asshole for that. Just fix it. But again, that doesn't make you a terrible person because you made a mistake at a party one time. You can fix it and move on with your life, and it doesn't have to hang over you anymore. It is kind of that simple. What did other people have to say? You're the asshole? Girl, what? I'm sorry, but that's such a hateful way to talk about someone's girlfriend just for having fun. She was literally just minding her business, having a good time, and you had to hate on her for it. Kind of. The comment after that, minding her business and having a good time in her own home with her friends. Need I say any more? It is her space, and you've made that very uncomfortable. Just fix it. Just fix it. It is that simple. And figure out again how you feel about Danny. All the comments here are looking very much the same. You're the asshole and a jealous one. Just talk to Danny and feel, how you feel. Talk about your feeling, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's all pretty much the same down there. What about you, viewers? If you've got any further comments to add, feel free to pop those in the comment section below and let us know. Let's have a look. Let's move on. Subscribe.